Magomed Ankalaev is the best wrestler that we've seen Alex Pereira go up against. He's shown an ability to use that Dagestani riding style of wrestling up against the cage to wear down his opponents and win fights. I.e., in the Jan Blachowicz fight, he was getting demolished on the feet, just getting his leg absolutely pieced. Jan going shin to shin with him and just ruining his leg, but still managed to push through all that adversity and win in rounds 4 and 5 by using his wrestling. And he hit a couple of really nice double legs against Jan and just essentially rode out the rounds, but landed effective ground and pound. Now, this is something we haven't really seen Alex Pereira be able to deal with effectively. Ankalaev clearly has a weakness for low kicks. And who is the low kick master? It's Alex Pereira, but I think in this orthodox v southpaw matchup, there's an interesting dynamic of game plans that's going to go on here. So if I'm Alex Pereira, right, I'm coming out and I'm staying very measured for the first couple of rounds. I'm going to try and land my sneaky step up calf kick, and I'm going to put my jab onto Ankalaev because I'm trying to build this sort of almost lull him into a false sense of security. Like, oh, I'm not trying to knock you out, just going to kick your leg and just jab you to get Ankalaev feeling confident, feeling comfortable on the feet. And what that jab will do is it will get Ankalaev to start reaching out and pouring at that jab and trying to parry the jab, where we know Alex Pereira will then leap in with the left hook or slide back and land a left hook right straight. If I'm Alex Pereira, I'm coming in and I'm seeing how is Ankalaev dealing with the low kicks, because there is a tell. If it's orthodox v orthodox, we've seen that Alex Pereira is so good at just sort of moving his hands in front of you and bah, the calf kick just comes out of nowhere and there's no tell, right? But this is a bit different. This is a step up calf kick, which Alex Pereira is still really good at hiding behind his hand feints, but there is still a tell. So if Magomed Ankalaev's reaction is to try and run through the calf kicks and take Alex Pereira down, then he needs to essentially fake the calf kick, get the timing of Ankalaev, fake the calf kick, come up with an uppercut or a knee or even a flying knee. We saw in his first fight, he got the knockout with the flying knee, which was tremendous. So he's definitely got it in the wheelhouse. So that's what I would be doing if Ankalaev is sort of looking for that calf kick to get an easy takedown, to pick up the leg, run it through, or to just run in for a double off the calf kick. Then I'm faking the calf kick, like using the step up to trigger the takedown response of Ankalaev and then trying to counter that takedown while also staying very balanced and measured behind my punches. And then also trying to essentially hide the calf kick as well as I can, because it's such a key weapon for Alex Pereira in this fight. If he can damage the calf of Ankalaev, he can win the fight. Because what that does is it stops the steam of Ankalaev's takedowns. If you can't put weight on your front leg, he's going to have such a hard time driving through those takedowns and getting Alex Pereira on the ground. But what we haven't seen Ankalaev deal with is a calf kick. Jan went shin to shin with him, and Rakic was mainly going for just above the knee. If we look at the stats of the Alexander Rakic versus Ankalaev fight, Rakic landed 34 of 40 leg strikes. Jan Blachowicz landed 25 of 29. So Ankalaev, there is a hole in the defense for those calf kicks. So while I think that you and I both understand that Ankalaev needs to wrestle, I'm afraid he's not going to. I think Magomed Ankalaev is only going to shoot if he gets hurt or his leg gets severely damaged. And it might be too little, too late. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have that lead leg to go on, like we said earlier, he's not going to have the power or the drive to finish the takedowns against Alex Pereira, or the sting and power in his shots to finish the fight. The later this fight goes, the more it benefits Alex Pereira, as long as he's not being taken down. Now, if I'm Ankalaev, my game plan is quite simple. I'm going to pressure Alex Pereira. You can't be on the back foot and use striking and grappling effectively if you're trying to mix it up. So what Ankalaev needs to do is he needs to press forward. This might sound ill-advised. Oh my God, you're going to run to a left hook. But no. Ankalaev needs to pressure Alex, but not with boxing. Almost use the threat of the takedown, dropping his levels, throwing kicks to corral Alex Pereira into the fence. Now, first round, that's what I'm doing. I'm not throwing punches at Alex Pereira. I'm feinting like I'm going to throw punches to throw off the timing of Alex Pereira, but I'm pressuring him up against the cage so that I can shoot takedowns. And if I don't get the takedown, I just come up into the clinch and I just make it a boring fight for the first 2 rounds. Because what you want to do is you want to lean on the arms of Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira has not spent thousands of hours wrestling. Now, I think although Ankalaev maybe hasn't spent thousands of hours wrestling, he spent a damn sight much more time than Alex Pereira has. So if he leans on him on the cage, that's essentially a safe space for him to attempt takedowns, you know, switch from the single leg to the high crotch to the double leg to striking in the clinch. He did a great job of striking in the clinch against Jan Blachowicz. The ideal situation for us, if we're Magomed Ankalaev, is taking down Alex Pereira and having him in that turtle position where we've got one leg wrapped around his inside leg, and we're essentially riding him, landing damaging shots, wearing on the gas tank, making him carry all of our weight so that he could make a big mistake and hopefully end up in a dominant position where we can finish the fight with ground and pound. Ankalaev, not really known as a submission threat, but has got brilliant ground and pound and brilliant ground control. So in those 3rd and 4th and 5th rounds, we can then maybe think about opening up a little bit more with the striking. Once Alex Pereira is worried about being taken down or worried about being put against the cage, he's going to be a lot more reactive and willing to put his hands down to stop the takedown. So what does that open up? It opens up high kicks and body kicks and punches. So we could be a little bit more open with punches. We don't want to get into boxing exchanges with Alex Pereira, ideally, if we're Magomed Ankalaev, because that's how you get countered and that's how you get knocked out. What he needs to do is use those punches to transition into takedown attempts. So we're mixing up the targets on Alex Pereira, making him worry about the low kicks, the body kicks, the high kicks, the punches, the MMA. Ankalaev is the more well-rounded fighter here. So he's got to use every facet of his game to be able to get the win here. You know, we're not looking to finish Alex Pereira. Amazing if we can, but I'm looking to win a decisive decision over Alex Pereira by using the wrestling, using the striking, using the clinch. The wheelhouse of Alex Pereira is the boxing. So we got to stay away from it. My guy's dangerous. Everyone who's come in like, oh, I'm going to strike with Alex Pereira, KO'd. The only one who was able to knock him out was Israel Adesanya. And Adesanya, you know, it's what, 3-1 between them? So like, it worked, but not most of the time. So we know the game plan is to take down Alex Pereira. Now, if I'm thinking about how this fight actually goes, I'm leaning quite heavily towards Alex Pereira. I'm very worried about the takedowns of Ankalaev, but I just don't think it's going to be his approach. I think Alex Pereira is going to be able to outstrike and counterstrike Ankalaev at distance. And the way he's going to do that is he's going to chop the low kick. And I think Ankalaev, unfortunately, is just going to try and strike with him and throw that 1-2, come in with that looping right hook. And I think Alex Pereira's left hook is just so much tighter, so much cleaner. If you're not constantly pouring at Alex Pereira's lead hand, he will find a way to land that left hook on you. So I think the way I see the fight going is I think Alex Pereira starts damaging the calf in round 1, staying pretty defensive, you know, landing a few jabs, a few straights here and there, maybe a left hook or two. It's kind of even-ish on the feet, but then I think round 2, round 3, Alex Pereira starts getting his timing down. And then if Ankalaev doesn't shoot, the fight's going to end pretty quickly. I can see Ankalaev either getting caught on the inside, throwing that looping right hook, or Alex Pereira slipping on the outside of the left straight and landing a right straight left hook, and ultimately hurting or finishing Ankalaev in the 3rd round. So I'm going with Alex Pereira by a 3rd round TKO. I think it's a great fight. I really hope Ankalaev comes out with a wrestling approach, but then at the same time, I really like Alex Pereira. So I'm kind of hoping he doesn't. And we just see vintage Alex Pereira getting a 3rd round TKO via left hook. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown. I tried to give you as much insight as I possibly could. Yeah, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know who you think's going to win, and we'll see you in the next video.